I've been speaking to an army captain. He's a reservist, and he's been in the front line for several weeks now. He's been telling us particularly about a tactic in which Hamas appear to be using children and elderly people as weapons of war.
A few days ago, our troops, were protecting their compound in northern Gaza, and then they identify a block away two people that look pretty innocent, an old guy and a little kid, and right away everyone's alert. But then they see, okay, this is like an old guy. We won't shoot him for no reason, not a kid.
Yeah.
And literally, let's say 30 minutes, an hour later, we were attacked from another area on that compound by Hamas. They're basically using and making these people, also come and see where we're located and also have our attention. And then they know that we won't attack these people, and then they use that intelligence to attack us from a different area. So it's pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
People are put in this very tough situation where we don't want to hurt innocent people.
So basically, Hamas are using people like that as scouts.
Exactly. We don't know, for instance, if this is if they force them to do it, or these people are they don't care to take part. But they're there also in order for our attention to be toward via that area and not towards the enemy. I think people have expected to see some more enemy, and they're cowards. They ran away. They're using the civilians as shelters, and they're using houses as shelters. So that's.
I've heard an analogy that it's a little bit like fighting ghosts in there. Is that how you feel? 100%.
100%. The exposure time when the enemy does appear is very, very short. My position in the brigade, I'm in charge of basically coordinating all the airstrikes and drone attacks and artillery.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the way that we address the situation, because the exposure time is very low.
Yeah.
And we're very successful with it. But it's a very different situation than a classic war that, everyone has been expecting. I would say this analogy is very much correct.
I've also seen a picture of a Kalashnikov hidden in a baby carriage, a baby cot. Have you seen
Right. It wasn't my brigade who found it, but I've seen the pictures. Every single brigade, every single platoon, every single unit has the same stories. This is not something random. This is systematic throughout the whole part that we've been in. Last week, my brigade commander and his group were inside a neighborhood.
Yes.
They were going through this house, and they suddenly found under the staircase, through a shaft that's supposed to go to the basement, a large pile of ammunition, RPGs, AK-47s, some explosives, and that right away, made them think, this specific area is a little more interesting. They continued to another house on the other side of the street, which is a kindergarten. Okay, you see, in this backyard, there's there's a playground, and the walls are pink, and all kinds of pictures of a kindergarten, on the wall, paintings and whatever.
Yeah.
And then under a tree, they finally they find a shaft, a tunnel shaft, that was afterwards investigated, and it led to another compound that Hamas uses to hide missiles and some other explosives and some other ammunition.